Hello everyone. Today we'll learn the important questions from chapter 5 linear equations. Example 5.25, 5.26, 5.27 which is part number 3. So whenever you see word problem, it is must to know these terms. If you find these terms, you have to do subtraction, that is you have to use minus sign. And whenever you see these terms, you have to use addition and you have to use plus sign. So let us learn the question. Example 5.25, and it is similar to example 11. The perimeter of a rectangular garden is 20 meter. If the length is 4 meter more than the breadth, find the length and breadth of the garden. So it is a rectangular garden. So what is mean by perimeter? Its perimeter is the distance around the outer edge of a flat shape. That's what call it as perimeter. And what else is given? If the length is 4 meter more than the breadth. So if a comparison is given, the first preference should be given to which it is compared with. So here the length is compared with its breadth, and the value of the breadth is not given, that is it is unknown. That's why we are assigning it as x. So breadth is equal to x. So what happens automatically for its length? So it says that the length is 4 meter more than the breadth. So more than, it refers to plus, so you have to use plus here. So length is equal to 4 plus x. So we know the formula of perimeter of a rectangle. What is the perimeter of a rectangle? 2 into L plus B units. So we are writing the value of the perimeter of the rectangular garden, which is 20 meter, is equal to, we are writing as it is, 2, we are writing as it is. In the place of L, we are replacing L is equal to 4 plus x. And in the place of B, we have assigned the breadth is equal to x. That's why we are replacing as it is. Then what happens in the next step? So we have x plus x, they are like terms, that's why we can add it. So x plus x is equal to 2x. Then what happens now? So to find the value of the unknown, we have to eliminate 2, which is outside the bracket. So when it goes to the left hand side, it becomes 20 by 2. How many 2's are there in 10? We have how many 2's are there in 20? We have 10 2's are there. So 10 in the left hand side. So again we have to find the value of x. So for that case, when 4 goes to left hand side, it becomes minus 4, and 10 minus 4 is equal to 6, and in the right hand side will be left over with 2x. So if you find the value of x, you have to simplify. So again, when it is simplified, you will be getting the value of x is equal to 3. And what is x? We have assigned breadth as x, isn't it? So the value of x, that is the value of the breadth, is equal to 3 meter. If breadth is equal to 3 meter, what happens to length automatically? So according to the question, length is equal to 4 plus x. So 4 plus 3 is equal to 7. So this is what our ultimate aim to find, isn't it? That is, we have to find the length and the breadth of the garden. So we found the breadth as well as length of the rectangular garden. That's it. Let's do question number 5.26. 5.26. Asha is 5 years older than Robert. 5 years ago, Asha was twice as old as Robert was then. Find their present ages. So we are going to split Asha's age as well as Robert's age, and we are going to find their present age. So again, Asha is 5 years older than Robert. Asha's age is compared with Robert's age, and the first preference should be given to which it is compared with. So Robert's age is not given over there, so that's why we are assigning Robert's age as x. And again, Asha's age is also not given. That's why we are assigning her age as Y. So what happens 5 years ago? Just 5 years ago means before 5 years, right? So just we have to subtract 5 from Asha's age, as well as we are going to subtract 5 from Robert's age. So what happens according to the question? So it is given that Asha's age is 5 years older than Robert. It is more than. It is similar to more than, right? So y is equal to 5 plus x. What is y? Asha's age. Asha is equal to 5 years older, more than Robert's age. So what, according to the second information, 5 years ago, Asha was twice as old as Robert was then. So it means that 5 years ago, 5 subtracted from y is equal to twice as old as Robert was then, means again 5 years ago. So we found we made two equation which is in the form of linear equation with two variables. So we have two variables, x as well as y. So we are getting two variables, and let us simplify. How can we simplify? We are just substituting. We can substitute equation 1 in equation 2. So we have got y is equal to 5 plus x, and we are going to replace here in the equation 2. So we'll be getting 5 plus x minus 5 is equal to, in the right hand side we are writing as it is. So what happens to the left hand side? So plus 5 and minus 5 gets cancelled, and you will be left over with x. And the right hand side, when you multiply 2 into x, you will be getting 2x. And when you multiply 2 into 5, you will get minus 10. So again, we have to find the value of x. So again, when you simplify, you will get 2x minus x. That is x goes to right hand side, it becomes minus x, and minus 10 when it goes to left hand side, it becomes plus 10. So we found the value of x, and we have to find the value of y also, right? So since we have to find both the variables, we have to find the value of y also. So even you can find by substituting x is equal to 10 in equation 1 or even in equation 2. But it's simple to substitute in equation 1. So when you substitute x is equal to 10 in equation 1, we will be getting y is equal to 15. That's it. So our aim is to find their present ages. So we found the value of x, and we found the value of y. Suppose if the question is you have to find their ages before 5 years, it means if that's the case, after finding the value of x and y, you can substitute here and you can find the value of Asha's age as well as Robert's age before 5 years. So at last we found their Asha's age as well as Robert's age. So that's it. Let's see the next question. Example 5.27. Two places A and B are 100 km apart. One car starts from A and another from B at the same time. If they travel in the same direction, they meet after 5 hours. If they travel towards each other, they meet in 1 hour. So what are the speeds of the two cars? Assume that the speed of car at A is more than the speed of car at B. So let's imagine this scenario. So we have two places A and B, and they are 100 km apart. We have two places A and B, and they are 100 km apart. One car starts from A and another from B at the same time. So let's see those two conditions. So we have two conditions. If they travel in the same direction, see, they are going in the same direction, they meet each other at after 5 years. So let's see the next condition. If they travel towards each other, okay, in the opposite direction. So what happens now? They meet in 1 hour. So what is going to happen for their speeds? What are the speeds of the two cars? This is our aim to find. Okay. So we are going to assume that the speed of a car at A is more than the speed of car at B. So it is given that the condition is given that the speed of a car at A is more than the speed of the car at B. So just we are going to assign for the speed of the cars at present. So at present the speed of the car at A, we are going to assign it as x kilometer per hour. So because the unit of speed is kilometer per hour, and what about car at B? Just we are going to assign the speed of the car at B as y kilometer per hour, and we are going to see what happens when they go in the same direction. So for example, if car at B travel x kilometer per hour, so what happens? How many distance it is travel for 5 hours? Quite simple. We are going to multiply 5 into x. That's it. So per hour it can travel x kilometer. What happens for 5 hours? That's the question. So it's very simple. We have to multiply 5 into x. So what happens in the for car at B? Per hour, if it could travel y kilometer, what happens for 5 hours? Same. We have to multiply 5 into y, 5y. So what happens after 1 hour if they travel in the opposite direction to each other? After 1 hour, it could have covered x kilometer. What happened for car at B? It could have covered y kilometer. So let us see what happens when they travel in the same direction. What happens when they travel in the opposite direction towards each other. So it is given that if they travel in the same direction, they meet after 5 hours. If they travel towards each other, they meet in 1 hour. What are the speeds of the car? Assume that the speed of the car at A is more than the speed of the car at B. So it means that car at A has traveled 100 kilometer more than car at B. So how can we write here? 5x minus 5y is equal to 100. So if car A has traveled 100 km more than at car B, we can subtract it and we can find the value of we can make this equation, right? 5x minus 5y is equal to 100. Since in this equation 5 is the common factor, we can divide it so that when you simplify, you'll be getting 5 minus x minus y is equal to 20. And what happens to the next situation? It means that the total distance traveled by these cars, by car at A and car at B, you'll be getting x plus y is equal to 100. So even you can substitute x is equal to 20 plus y. That is, when minus y goes to the right hand side, it becomes plus y, isn't it? So when you substitute x is equal to 20 plus y in equation 2, we are getting 20 plus y plus y. We are writing as it is, and in the right hand side you can write 100. You can write as it is. So what happens to the next step? Just we are simplifying. When 20 goes to right hand side, it will become as minus 20. So what happens in the next step? So when you subtract it, you will be getting 80, and again you have to find the value of y. So for that case, you have to when 2 goes to right hand side, it becomes 80 by 2, and you will get 40. So y is equal to 40. What is y actually? the speed of the car at B is equal to y. We have assigned it, right? So we found the speed of the car at B is equal to 40 km per hour. So when you substitute y is equal to 40 in equation 1, you can find the speed of the car at A. So x is equal to 60. The speed of the car at A is equal to 60 km per hour. So this is what our aim to find, isn't it? What are the speed of the cars? The speed of the car at A is x and the speed of the car at B is equal to y, and we found the value of x and y and we got the answer. That's it.